Hello everyone. Let's see how we can perform a manual share using flows. The use case is this. We have the lead object. The sharing settings of lead is private. Only the owner can access a lead record. And we happen to have a person on the team who is very knowledgeable. They have been working with the company for a very long time and they can provide valuable advice. So we would like, like the team, whenever they have a question or whenever they seek advice, to share the lead record with that person, and then that person will take a look and then give advice accordingly. So eventually we need it to look something like this. We need a button, share with teammate. After we click it, then it is shared with that person. Now, this is very similar to the sharing standard functionality from Salesforce, except with sharing the standard one, we will have to select the user and then specify the level of access that we need to give them, and then we need to save. So it's almost the same thing, except now it's just a button, but then we can, instead of having a screen flow that we added as a quick action on the lead record, instead we can have it as a record triggered flow that this manual share happens at a specific stage or with after a specific criteria is met. So for now, what we have is that we will create a screen flow for the purposes of creating a quick action, and then that's the quick action is this button here, so we can share. I created a test user called KindForce. That's the knowledgeable person on the team. And then the sharing settings of lead is set to private. The flow goes as follows. It's a screen flow. There is no entry criteria. First thing is that we need to get the ID of the user that we know who is knowledgeable. And I'm using the email to be accurate. I'm just collecting the ID of that person. And then that's the part that's related to the manual share here. The manual share, we need to create a record of this object here, lead share. So this is a specific object called lead share. Every object would have the object and then the object share. So we have an account and we have account share. We have opportunity and then opportunity share. And we have lead and we have lead share. These are different objects. So if I type down lead, you'll notice we have lead and we have lead share. Similarly, on account, we have account and we have account share. So I don't want to change anything, so just cancel this. And then after we specify this, we just specify the level of access and passing on the record ID, and then specifying the user ID. Let's build this from scratch. This is a screen flow. First thing I need to do is I need to get the person's email. Get user, not email. I need to get the user ID, and that would be a user. Who is that user? I will use the email field, and then I'll use the email to grab that user. And then all we need is just the user ID and nothing else. Next, we will create the manual share. Create manual share. And that's the object lead share. And then we will specify these. The level of access, I'd like them to have read only. For the lead ID, that's the record ID. In order to pass on the record ID from a quick action, we need to have a variable named record ID, and that variable is a text and it is available for input. That way the record ID is passed on after we click the quick action. The last thing is the user ID. That's the one that we got a little bit earlier. And I need to type in ID. That's the user ID. Then we're done. We'll share. Now that we have the screen flow running and must be activated, then we can go to the lead object. And then we need to create a quick action from the buttons. Then new action. And that would be a flow under action type. Which one is it? It's manual share. Then I'm gonna give it a name, share with teammate 2. I'll save that. Then remember, this needs to be added to the page layout. The page layout, I'll add it next to the previous button. That's the share under mobiles. Share with teammate 2. Let's save that. Go back, refresh, and the button should display here.